Are ghosts real?
Hello and welcome to another episode of Are Ghosts Real? With me, Corinne. Today I am in a completely historic location. If you really enjoy this one, don't forget to leave a comment for me to help the algorithm out. If you don't know what to put, just put a little ghost emoji on there. Also as well, hello to all the Justice Squad watching and to anyone else who is watching. Please don't forget as well to smash the subscribe button for me and also press the like button as well if you did enjoy it. Only if you did. But anyway, I have been given access for an hour to this beautiful, beautiful town hall. It's got so much history to it. It's got a ton of history. So the place was built in the 1600s. However, there has always been a marketplace here from the beginning in the 10th century. So there's over 900 years worth of history on this specific site. This is the upper level, which is the old meeting hall now. And then you've actually got a second level as well, which I will go up to. So I'll take you through a tour first. I have already set up my cat balls. I've also set up my little push me ball here. And I've also got my little motion sensor down there too, which is going off because of me. So that's not paranormal. So I've got that. It's going off again because of me. I'm going to put a static cam just on those while I take you for a tour. The Grade 2 listed building was built in 1682 by Sir William Drake as a gift for the townsfolk, and it is decorated with his arms, his coat of arms, and the initials WD. It wasn't intended for the upper floor to be used for meetings, such as those for traders' guilds, and then the ground floor as the market. It is of brick construction and has a wooden bell, a turret, and a clock. The lower story forms a covered area and consists of a large hall and western dais. And the bell turret is inscribed C.H. Hudson, made me in 1682, and was used as a fire bell to announce market days. In 1894, the woodwork in the turret was renovated, and then the whole building was restored in 1911 by William Wakeman Tirrett Drake. The ground floor is an arcaded open building which is still used for markets to this day, and the first floor has a large room that is used for local meetings and exhibitions. It also housed an old jail with the notice commitment to no nuisance above the entrance. Also on the east wall is an ancient water pump which dates back to 1785. This again was a gift from a local benefactor. On the south wall are the arms of the Drake family, and they display a hand holding a bloody axe. Now, there are various stories to this origin. One version is that a cabin boy was killed by Sir Francis Drake, who is the famous Elizabethan seaman, when in a fit of rage, Elizabeth I decreed that the crest be surmounted by a blood-stained axe. Although the Amersham Drakes are not related to the seaman Sir Francis Drake, so there may have been some remote connection or desire perhaps to be connected. There is also a plaque on the north wall erected by the Amersham Society with the Doomsday plaque, erected to commemorate the 900th anniversary of the Domesday Book. So this place has a lot of history to it. So without further ado, let's get into the investigation itself. So I have set up my other camera. It is over there, pointing down the stairs there. Let's go this way. So this way you have got a little kitchen area and a cupboard there. And then if we go up the stairs, you have got what is now the toilets. And then there is actually an attic space there. So it is a very small space. I'm just going to make sure the door is shut because I don't feel like that's shut. I'm going to lock myself in. Right, so just to prove that I'm locking myself in now, you're going to see me actually lock myself in. So I'm trying to figure out how to do this. Hang on, let me turn you around. So I'll put the key in, like so. Sorry. Okay, there we go. I am now locked in. See, locked in. So there's only me in here. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to see what sounds that I hear, because there is a lot of background noise here, because obviously it's a very old building, and we are right on the high street. So the first thing I want to do is just suss out what noises I can hear. And then I'm going to try an EVP session. Now, the place I'm actually really interested in is the kitchen, believe it or not, because behind here, this wall here, is where the old jail used to be. You can still see it from the outside, but it is right behind this wall here, downstairs. So for me, the biggest area that I'm actually interested in is this area here, because that's where the old jail cell used to be. It used to be, it's got, as I said, a ton of history. It used to be where the stocks were. It also was where fire engines were kept at some point as well, so it did serve as like a fire station. So the building itself was constructed in 1682 by Sir William Drake, not the really famous Drake who travelled around the world, but a different Drake. But this has been basically, it was as a gift, it was given as a gift to all the townspeople for them to come and have a place to go, basically, back in the 1600s. But as I said, this has always been a market space. It was outside before. What I'm also going to do So I'm just gonna shut up for a second. I'm just gonna go check it here. So I'm leaving. Right, so I put my yes and no thing down there. But the reason why I came here is that, so I know someone who works here. Well, she runs classes here. And she was telling me when we were just having a conversation, because I told her basically what I do, and we were having a conversation and she said to me, have you ever been in here? And I was like, no, I've not. And she said, well, you need to go, because sometimes she's here on her own, and she said sometimes it feels like she's being watched. She's had it before when she's been doing a class and she's felt really uneasy, and didn't know why she felt uneasy, but it felt like someone was watching her the whole time. And then she sometimes says that when she looks up, she doesn't like looking up. So I was like, this is interesting, I want to come here. And so that's why I'm here, really. So I'm just gonna which is hard for me, and just listen. So that's coming from outside. You can hear talking, that's coming from outside. That's outside. That's outside. It's interesting, it says prison cell smoke there. It's interesting. I don't know what that means. But yeah, the prison cell is literally just behind this wall. Unfortunately, the keys that were given to me, I don't actually think I have access to it. I'm back in here. But what I'm going to do is, let's just grab this for a second. So it's 16.5, 15, that's to be expected, 16, 17, 15, 16, sorry. So see in this corner. 14, 15, 14. Go up here to the toilets. 14, 15, 15. Okay, I just wanted to see what roughly the temperature was in here. So it's roughly about 16 degrees, give or take. A few areas where it's slightly less, about 15 to, basically 15 to 16 degrees. Now I have to be careful because obviously there's a lot of background noise here, but I'm now going to start calling out to spirits. So if there's any spirits here, my name is Corinne. I mean you no harm or disrespect. All I want to do is see if you're here. And that is it. Because my friend said to me, or my colleague said to me, sorry, that this place could be haunted. And there is a lot of history here. Let's open this again. There is a ton of history here. And it wouldn't surprise me if it was. So if it is haunted, and if there is people here, still here, like anyone from the jail, or this was also used in the Civil War, because Oliver Cromwell's wife used to live here. She used to live in a manor house not far away from here. And interestingly, this place did become a very big Quaker community. And I've recently been to William Penn's. I think that came from outside. I've recently been to William Penn's. And interestingly, this place did become a very big Quaker community. And I've recently been to William Penn's. Where he was buried. And Oliver Cromwell was a Puritan. So EVP session 1 in the Market Town Hall. I'm just thinking where I can put this down. I'm going to put this over here. So if there's any spirits here that would like to communicate with me, now is your opportunity to do so. I'm here for another half an hour. Gosh, that went really, really quickly. Jeez, it's nearly 1. I'm here for another half an hour. So if there's anything you would like to say, anything you would like... What was that? Oh, I think it's the wind. If you are here, can you knock on something? Like really loudly, so I know that you're here? Please? I've got a few devices around here. This thing down here won't hurt you. It's called a yes or no device. And I can ask you questions and the lights will light up. Same for over there. And I've got a little ball maybe that you can use over there, which you can use to knock off. In fact, could you do that for me? Could you knock off that ball? Please. Might take a lot of energy, but feel free to take some energy. I've got a phone here, which is a little device here. And you can use this. So I'll put it over here. I won't put it in the sun because that would go well. But yeah, you can use this here to take energy to maybe knock that ball off for me. I just want to see if spirits are here. What I might just do as well is just going to make it a little bit darker in here. Whoops. I'm just going to pull, oh, I didn't mean to do that. Pull this across. I've also got some trigger objects with me. These are really hard to pull across. I kind of give up with this. That's really hard. I made it slightly darker anyway. I thought I heard something then. I thought I heard something then. Why? Okay, I kind of give up this. That's really hard. I made it slightly darker anyway. That's from outside, but you can hear the talking and it's coming up on my thing. That's from outside. So I've got something in my hand here. Can you tell me what this is, please? What is this? Can you go up to that device over there and tell me the name of what I'm holding? I'll actually do a spirit box session, actually. What am I holding in my hand? What is this? Can you tell me what this is, please? What am I holding in my hand? Can you tell me? Oh, I got a voice there. Hello? Sounded like it said hello. Can you please tell me what is this? What is this? I'm waving it around. What is it? What did you used to do with this? Let's go for that. I'm gonna see if I can actually get a little stand for it. Okay, what is that thing there on the windowsill? Can you tell me what that thing is and what you used to use it for? Oh, I think it just said quill. If you did just say quill, then that is actually correct. Yeah, that is a quill. Did you use one of those? Okay, let me see if I've got any voices on the, what's it here? So EVP session 1 in the market town hall. I'm just thinking where I can put this up. I'm gonna put this in here. So if there's any spirits here that would like to communicate with me, now is your opportunity to do so. I'm here for another half an hour. Gosh, that went really, really quickly. Jeez, it's nearly 1. I'm here for another half an hour. So if there's anything you would like to say, anything you would like... I think it's the wind. If you are here, can you knock on something? Like really loudly, so I know that you're here, please. I've got a few devices around here. This thing down here where I'm at you, it's called a yes or no device. And I can answer these questions, and the lights will light up. Same for over there. And I've got a little ball maybe that you can use over there, which you can use to knock off. In fact, could you do that for me? Could you knock off that ball, please? It might take a lot of energy, but feel free to take some energy. I've got a phone here, which is a little device here. You can use this. So I'll put it over here. I'm going to put it in the sun because that will go well. But yeah, you can use this here to take energy to maybe knock that ball off for me. I just want to see if spirits are here. And I might just do as well. Yes. I'm just going to make it a little bit darker in here. Oops. I'm just going to pull. I didn't mean to do that. Pull this across. I've also got some trigger objects with me. These are really hard to pull across. Why? Okay, I kind of give up this. That's really hard. I made a slimy dog anyway. I had something. That's from outside, but you hear the talking and it's coming up on my thing. That's from outside. So I've got something in my hand here. Can you tell me what this is, please? What is this? Can you go up to that device over there and tell me the name of what I'm holding? I'll actually do a spirit box session, actually. So if there's any spirits here, I've got another thing that you might actually know, which is a cloak. Maybe you sold one of these, or maybe you know, or maybe even you wore one of these. So if you did wear one of these, I've got that device over here. And I just want you to make the light go off for me. If you did wear a cloak, can you make that light up for me? I'll show you how you do it. Just go up to it. And you can light that up green, or you can light it up red. The red means no, the green means yes. So if you wore a cloak, can you light that up green for me? So I have decided to pop this into 2 parts because even though I was only here for an hour, it was also very, very interesting in terms of what I got from here. So I'm gonna do part 2 next week. But I hope that you did enjoy part 1. Please don't forget to like for me. Smash that like button if you really did enjoy it. And also as well, leave me a comment, as I said, because that really helps the algorithm and really helps me out. So I'd really, really appreciate that. And then of course, press the subscribe if you haven't already, because it's totally free to do so. And you hopefully then won't miss part 2. So I'm hoping that you all have a fantastic weekend and week ahead. And to everyone watching and the Justice Squad, thank you for tuning into Are Ghosts Real with me, Corinne, and I shall see you next time.